Almost every dog or cat will have an upset stomach at some point. This can be vomiting, diarrhea, or both. The good news is that not every episode is an emergency. So let's go through when you can probably monitor your pet at home for a little while and when it's time to call your veterinarian.
Welcome to the Practical Pet Parenting Podcast, where science and research meets simplicity, practicality, and humor. Because we all know that pet parenting isn't just one thing. It's magical, beautiful, life-changing, frustrating, and overwhelming all at the same time. I'm Dr. Ashita Suresh, a vet, a mom, a dog mom, on the multiple species pet parenting journey just like so many of you. Join me as we cut through the noise, fear, and fluff and take pet parenting from overwhelming to, well, barely manageable.
So let's start with the good news. If your pet vomits once or has one episode of diarrhea and then goes right back to acting completely normal, as in they're active, playful, maybe even asking for food, most times you can simply keep an eye on them. Most mild tummy upsets tend to settle down within the day without any treatment at all. So, this can be monitored for a while, at least for the next 12 to 24 hours. Now, if it happens more than once, things become a little different. If your pet is having multiple episodes of vomiting or diarrhea, even if they're still bright and active, the first question to ask yourself is if there is any reason that you know that this could have happened. Like, did they get into something they shouldn't have? Did they raid the dustbin? Did they steal food that maybe wasn't meant for them, like chocolate or any sweets or anything? Did they find something during their walk that they put in their mouth? So, if you do know exactly what could have happened, that's great. But it is still worth calling your vet. And then, depending on how severe the pet's condition is, you may be advised to monitor at home or come into the clinic. But if you can't think of any reason at all for the vomiting or diarrhea, then I would really recommend getting them checked rather than just waiting it out. Because if the cause didn't come from the outside, it may indicate that there's something wrong on the inside. Now, when should you actually worry? The first is if you see blood in the vomit or the stool. If this happens, your pet should be seen regardless of once, twice, or thrice. If this happens, your pet should be seen regardless of whether it happened once, twice, or thrice. The second is if your pet becomes very dull, meaning doesn't want to move, seems weak, breathing heavily. All these may indicate more than just an upset stomach. The third is if your dog keeps trying to vomit but nothing comes out. And they keep doing this over and over, especially combined with a bloated stomach. If these two things happen together, this is an emergency and it must be seen by the vet immediately. It could be a condition called gastric dilation and volvulus or bloat, which basically means that the stomach has engorged with gas and then twisted on itself. So that means that gas has nowhere to go. And this can become life threatening very quickly. The next is if the vomiting simply doesn't stop. Even if your pet seems reasonably active, vomiting for more than 24 hours is not normal. By that point, dehydration or even sometimes food intake can become a problem, and we really need to find out why it's still happening. And lastly, appetite. If your pet is refusing to eat absolutely anything for more than 24 hours, or every single thing they eat is coming straight back up, they need to be seen immediately. While we can never tell for sure whether it's an emergency or not, the best indicator is often your pet themselves, whether they are acting like themselves or not. But if you have a doubt, always err on the side of caution and call your vet if you feel that something is off.
Thank you so much for listening to the Practical Pet Parenting Podcast. If you found this helpful, don't forget to follow, rate, or review. Whatever your podcasting app allows you to do it. You can also find me on Instagram at Indian Pet Vet and read more at practicalpetparenting.com. Much love to you and your pets, and see you next week.